Blake said something that made me think. Like, how does a superstar ask another superstar for advice? I'm like, you clowns ask me for advice all the
Oh
time.
my
I
I mean,
know.
God.
There it
here we
is.
go. What's the difference?
Okay. We are here. Welcome back to another episode of the Four Bros Podcast. This is episode 23. Thank you so much for joining us, watching, or wherever you're listening and wherever you get your podcast. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to toss it around real quick. We have Blake Wisham. We have Adam Burke. We have Brian Gaines. We have Andy Joyner. And you have yours truly here. Matt is not with us tonight, so you just got the five of us. So, gentlemen, hello. Ready for another episode? Here we go. This is going to be a lot of fun. First one to kick it off has been a busy weekend for a lot of us. It was Easter weekend. He has risen. He has risen indeed. And so I know a lot of us were super busy. I was busy. I was up at 4:30 Sunday morning between a sunrise service, making breakfast for our church, and then Sunday school, and then a main service. It was just on the go 24/7. I felt like this whole weekend, but it was good Easter Sunday. And by the time everything was over Sunday, we didn't go anywhere, didn't eat, we ate, but like at the house. And I crashed. I fell asleep at 12:15, and I woke up at 6 o'clock in the evening. So it was a well-deserved nap. It was a
What in the
long nap.
world?
But we'll pass it over to Andy. Andy, how was your Easter weekend, my guy?
Pretty good, man. Spent a lot of time together with family after church. Of course, I had to go see Brian again. But anyway,
That's
I'm just gonna let
See how
that one
much of
go.
a difference the message made.
yeah.
But no, we went to Kelly's mom's in Quitman, and we hung out there pretty much all afternoon after we ate some food. They wanted to go hide Easter eggs, and I probably ate my weight in Easter eggs or deviled eggs,
Yeah.
not Easter eggs, deviled eggs. Man, I love them.
Deviled eggs are definitely my favorite.
So I was kind of struggling walking around out there in the yard hiding 19,000 eggs, but it was fun. We had a good time.
Good.
We had a great time.
Burke, what about you, man? How was your Easter? Did y'all do anything exciting?
Yes, I have a couple of exciting stories. So Saturday we went to Monster Jam in
Whoa.
Macon.
Mm.
So we saw the big boys talking about Gravedigger and all and Megalodon, all the good ones. So we drove 2.5 hours to watch a 2 hour show, and we drove 2.5 hours back. But we did stop at Stripling's twice. So there you go. So that's
There
good.
you
Hey,
go.
that's a win.
Homemade
That always
ice
makes it
cream.
better.
Yeah, so and then Sunday we went to church, and then we went to Deville and hung out with my parents. Crazy story here. So we were hiding eggs for Thatch, right? And I hear some rustling in the trees. I'm like, what in the world's going on? And all of a sudden, doo doo, and thing almost hit me. It was a snake eating a baby bird.
Ooh,
Almost landed on me. Luckily, the mom looked like she was wounded. She fluttered off. We tried to find her, and the other fledgling that was fine. We tried to pick it up and try to protect it from the snake. And this snake, and I'm scuffing off the snake to get off this bird. It was too late for that bird.
Mm.
And the snake just disappeared. Like it was an ivy. The snake just gone. It was an oak snake. I did know that.
Mm.
And
Doesn't matter.
and
Yeah,
Dead snake.
right, yeah, that's what my wife said. That's what, yeah, she was like, doesn't matter what kind of snake,
that's
just
right.
be done with it. She's like, it's a
Jeez.
devil. Got to kill it here on Easter. It only
So,
makes sense.
so
So ended up, Mama came back to the nest. She got better, I guess. So here I am trying to save the baby bird and climbing up in this tree to put the bird back in the nest. And I know what y'all are thinking. You're not supposed to touch baby birds, but you can. I Googled it. So I saved, here I am saving a baby bird's life on Easter and saved the day. So I did what I had to do.
oh, wow.
So those are
Okay.
my two stories. Yeah, Monster Jam and National Geographic.
And save the day.
So here we are.
Monster Jam, Jesus Rose, and
Boom.
and saving birds. So
Got a bird out of it. Then.
that's
Local
pretty.
hero. What can I say? Local hero.
And you know what's funny about that is that sounds to me like a typical Burke weekend. Like
It
that
does.
is like
Oh,
that
yeah.
sounds so normal for you.
So exciting. I know.
yeah.
What's the luck of like this snake almost fell on top of me? And
If you
with a
would have
bird in
just
his mouth. I have
yeah,
pictures to prove.
if you would have just said like, oh, that was like we just had a boring weekend, I would have been like so disappointed. But that with that whole
What can I
story you
say?
just said, totally
I
normal.
thought it was a squirrel at first, and all of a sudden I look up, there's a snake hurtling at my face, and I see, yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, I
Oh,
wasn't phased.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Blake. What about your? I like your peasant's hat, man. What? But how was your weekend?
Good. Me and my wife just kind of hung around. We celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary. So
Yeah.
made it
Look
10.
out. Yeah.
Surprised anybody can put up with you for a decade. That's cool.
You're probably right. So,
Yeah,
but no,
the claps
so,
were for Stephanie, not for you.
yeah, definitely for her. So we had kind of a chill weekend. So
That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, those are neat. I'm telling you, I slept forever Sunday. Cleaning us up, rounding us off here. Old BG, how was it, man? From one preacher to another, did you? I felt like I was exhausted after the second service, but what about you?
And I was beat when we got to my in-laws after we ate lunch over there after church, and apparently I fell asleep at some point, and I did one of those like massive jumps, and everybody else was in the living room, and I was like, they all just stopped and looked at me. I was like, I'm not having a heart attack, but no, we had busy weekend. We did sunrise community service out in Wiggum, and of course, big day at church, and we had a good crowd Sunday, and had a good time together. Went to the in-laws for lunch. They hid 197 plastic eggs in their backyard for
Whoa.
4 or 5 people to hunt. It was a just mad dash. But anyway, did that, slid over to my parents, hunted eggs there. And then we got home pretty early, and we crashed out. So it was busy. Funny though, Bert, you talking about your bird story last week. This is just a funny little thing that happened. Um, so on our front door, we still have our Christmas wreath out, which is extremely embarrassing because me and Crystal have been talking about it for months.
Yeah.
So UPS guy rings the doorbell, goes back to the truck. So I'm going to the door and I open it, get the package, and I'm like, all right, it's time to take the Christmas wreath down. So I grab it and didn't see anything. So I'm coming inside and I have the package in one hand, the wreath in the other, and like the top of the wreath is like right here at my chin. And I look down and I'm talking about this bird had hatched like 4 seconds ago and was just like looking up at me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put that back. So we do still have the Christmas wreath, but that's only because I'm allowing the baby birds to continue to live in their home. I just put them back.
Birds next to our front door.
So at this point,
keep an eye on them now to keep those snakes away. I was like, make sure those snakes ain't getting my babies now.
Yeah, that's right.
I've already done it to one crew. I ain't doing it again.
At this point, I'm committed to the Christmas wreath until Christmas. So to my neighbors, I apologize. I tried, but the baby birds are more important. So
yeah.
It was a good weekend. It was busy.
And if you ever need someone to take care of the birds, you got Adam to do it.
I will watch over them with everything I got. There's ugly little jokers when they're born now.
Oh, well, good. I'm
opened
glad.
Their eyes yesterday, and they looked at me, and I was like, "What?"
Well, I'm glad everybody had a good Easter weekend. I know it's always a busy time for a lot of people, but it was good. Everybody was able to at least relax at some point and had a good weekend. And the kids had a lot of candy and a lot of eggs and stuff to open. But too much candy, yeah. One thing we want to do, we want to switch gears a little bit. We do always want to talk about golf because we are the Four Bros podcast. And for all you OG fans out there, before we were the Four Bros podcast, we were Four Bros golf. So we will always still talk about golf. But huge tournament this past weekend. It's always kind of hard to be the tournament right after the Masters. But I think the RBC Heritage in Hilton Head, South Carolina, they always do a great job. They
One of my
also,
favorites.
too, give away a jacket to the winner. Scotty Scheffler was the defending champ. And this tournament always seems to have a playoff in it. Like I remember when Jordan Spieth and Matt Fitzpatrick went into I think they played a 2 or 3 hole playoff,
Yep.
and Matt Fitzpatrick won that one. And then now you had a winner, someone who hasn't won in a long time, but one of our favorites, or at least one of my favorites, Justin Thomas gets the big win at RBC Heritage in Hilton Head, South Carolina. I think this is his first win since his PGA Championship major back in 2020 something.
3 years ago.
22.
Yeah,
3 years ago.
yeah, 22.
Mhm.
So, awesome to see him win. And what I think is cool, and I'll ask you guys too what you guys think, but is the fact that this is his second tournament. The first tournament ever was at the Masters that he's had Max Homa's best friend, old caddy, and Max Homa and his old caddy, they parted ways. And so Justin Thomas picked him up for the Masters, and then he took him to Hilton Head this past weekend, and boom, second tournament in, they win together. And so super cool for him. Happy for Justin. First win as a dad also. So
Yeah.
I know that's a big thing, and that'll be something that he remembers forever. But since Brian went last time, we'll let him go first this time. But Brian, what are your thoughts on JT getting the big win over there in Hilton Head?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, happened 1 in 3 years. Justin Thomas is one of those where I think he had kind of started getting overshadowed a little bit, and then the whole TGL process kind of brought him back to the forefront, and people kind of fell in love with him all over again. He's such a great guy, obviously incredible golfer, but it was good to see him win, man. I was definitely pulling for him right there at the end. He hit a good shot in there, and then was it Novak was the other one he was against?
Yeah.
Andrew Novak.
Yeah.
He didn't hit a great shot into 18 in the playoffs, so that putt was pretty tough. But even the one JT made was a bomb. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was
it was a
21
long putt.
feet. 21
And
feet.
yeah, and he was dead center. I mean, it was cool to see him win. He's not like I guess my favorite golfer, but he's a likable guy, and definitely it was fun to see him win.
Yeah, I love how he shows up in the big moments, like whether it's the Ryder Cup, President's Cup, TGL, or then like if he has a chance to win a tournament, he always seems to embrace the moment and do good. Blake, are you a JT fan or?
He's a superstar, man.
Yeah.
I've always kind of liked him. One thing that I thought was pretty cool was after the win and the many interviews that he did with everybody, he was talking about that a couple of days ago, or might have been right before the tournament. He got up with Xander and was talking to Xander about putting because he just felt like he was just missing something. And I thought it was pretty cool for another huge professional to get with another professional. And he said he spent like 2 or 3 hours just on the course talking about putting. What's your which way do you go? How do you do this? How do you do that? And that kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, why would a superstar ask putting advice from another superstar? But I thought he was I thought he was pretty good with just everything that he's done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's crazy how much they try to perfect their craft, and like we're over here playing once a week. Well, Burke not so much, but
No
the rest of us are playing.
I get out there. Don't worry. I get
We're
out
playing once a week, but and we get frustrated with not hitting the shots that we want to hit. And these guys are out there playing every day, and yet they're still spending hours on the range, hours on the putting green,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. Burke, are you JT fan? You like seeing JT
Oh, yeah.
win? Yeah.
For sure. So going back to what Blake said, it was Xander just said, "Hey, when you were putting good, what did you work on, and how did you get good when you were putting good 2 years, 3 years ago?" He said, "How about you just go back and perfect, go back to your roots and
yeah,
get more familiar with what you're working on and how you were, what you were doing back then, instead of trying to find the next thing. What am I going to work on here? What do I need to work on here?" Just stay in your lane and keep on practicing what you're good at.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me. But yeah, JT, he just looked more relaxed there in Hilton Head. I don't know if anybody else noticed that.
No,
He
he
hit a
did.
bad shot. He didn't throw clubs. He just sort of laughed it off. He just looked more. In South Carolina, Hilton Head will do that to you. Sort of
Yeah.
make it. It's got a good feel about it. I've been there several times. My sister lives in Hilton Head, so it's one tournament. It's an easy ticket to get to. and you can get right up close to the players. It's a really cool vibe. The um, fairways are a lot narrower. There's a lot of trees there, a lot of water. So it's just something different. Um, Played there a couple times, no biggie. Got
The
a couple
amount of
hookups
people
there.
on a Sunday
But
was just
Yeah,
crazy low. Yeah,
a lot of people on a
yeah,
Sunday.
so if you stay off of 16 and 17 and 18, the rest of the course is wide open.
wide open.
It's just a
Huh.
good tournament to go to. They got a lot of stuff for the kids. A lot of shade to hide from. It gets pretty hot out there, but a lot of shade with the trees. And we had a 10-minute conversation with Billy Horschel last time I went. We were there right there on number 9, and it's a short par 4, so everybody's waiting for the green to get clear. And Billy, he noticed my Georgia shirt that I was wearing that day, and he started talking crap. So we were,
Billy
so I
Ho.
mean, yeah. So there he is. So we had a 10-minute conversation, and took my wife one year, stood right next to Jason Day, and she keeps up with it, but she's like, yeah, this is pretty cool, standing that close to Jason Day.
Oh
So,
wow.
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, I love that course. It's a good course.
I
It's a
wonder
good
how
change.
much
I
of
think we need to see more of it,
well, I wonder
like
how much
more
of the
courses like that.
calmness that JT had that he can contribute back to his cat. I can't think of that guy's name, but Max Homa's
Well, the
old
thing is
caddy.
with that, he still has a caddy. Justin still has a caddy, and he
Yeah,
he
he's
hurt
hurt
his
his
back.
back.
So
So now
so
what do
what do
you
we
do?
now? He's in a conundrum.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So
what do you do? Do you go with that
so
guy? Before we jump off the topic, though, Andy, I want to throw it to you. What do you think of the win? And just because of this is who you are, do you think you could beat Justin Thomas in a one-hole playoff?
Fuck that junkie, boy.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew
No,
it.
I actually didn't get to watch a lot of golf this weekend. We had a lot of different things going on, but so I'm glad to see him get a win. You know, I guess I'm old school. I like the older guys that ran with Tiger and fought against Tiger for the wins they got back in the day. So I always pull for them. But Blake said something that made me think. Like, how does a superstar ask another superstar for advice? I'm like, you clowns ask me for advice all the
Oh
time.
Oh,
my
I
I
know.
mean,
God.
There it
here we
is.
go.
There,
What's the difference?
there it is. There it is. I knew it couldn't have been serious. I knew it could have been serious, but
and the stat was you had to hit green in regulation. Justin had the most green in regulations after everything said and done.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you gotta be a good iron and wedge hitter. I don't know there, Andy.
Two good
Gotta
things that
leave gotta leave the driver in the bag, man.
yeah, two good things that I saw when they were walking up on the 18th on that playoff. Justin Thomas looked at his caddy and he said, "You know, I've never hit a putt to win a tournament. Like I've never hit a putt of length to hit a tournament." And his caddy said, "Like, well, here's a perfect opportunity
Yep.
to do that." And it's funny too because like if you go back and watch it, as soon as Justin Thomas hits the putt, the caddy throws the flag stick, he throws his towel because I think he knew in his mind, "Well, I just got 10% of these earnings, dog. Like this is
He
a
hadn't
big
had that
payday."
yet.
Because Max Homa hadn't like made a cut in a long time, so
Yeah.
he was hurting,
Well, I
and
don't
so
think
he was
has he
like,
won? Has Max won on tour?
yeah. He won over in. He's won a couple times on the West Coast, but yes, but it's been a long
Right,
time.
right.
It's been a while. I think it was like a year or two. So I'm sure he was super super happy. And the other thing I was going to say is now, if you look at the FedEx Cup standings, Justin Thomas is in second place,
Made
and
a
he's only
huge
like
jump.
700 points right behind Rory. So him and Rory are like right there battling, and that is that's something to look at as far as like Justin's consistency, JT's consistency throughout the season. He's always been either making the cut or right there and doing well. I mean, my word, he shot, what was it, on Friday, or was it Thursday or Friday? He shot the course record at the Players or something like that, or tied the course record. So he's had some crazy rounds, and he tied the
61. Yeah.
yeah, well, he did that at RBC Heritage. He tied another course record at the Players at Sawgrass, and so he's playing some unreal golf this year. So I would look for him to
Like
maybe
I said,
sneak
they
in a
could just
major this year. I mean, I know there's only
play
3
more
left,
relaxed.
Stays hot,
but
man.
my personal vote is the next person that is in line to complete the career Grand Slam is my boy Jordan Spieth,
Jordan Speed.
and so
Here we
all I
go.
need him
Let's
to
jump
do
on somebody else.
That's your
if he could
boyfriend.
just win the PGA Championship, it's over. It's over. He will officially land himself in GOAT status.
Guess what course Rory's favorite course is?
What's that?
Quail Hollow.
Oh, Oh yeah, and that's where the PGA. Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
You're correct. So
That's gonna.
put your money in Aurora this year.
Nah, Jordan's
He's
gonna
going
do
on a
it.
hot streak.
Jordan's gonna do it. But anyways, so yeah, shout out to JT with the big win over there at RBC Heritage, and looking forward to what happens the rest of the season. It's still so early in the golf season there, so there's
Yeah.
still a lot to go and a lot to happen. Speaking of golf, all of us, we are golfers ourselves. We're all superstars, unlike Andy. But as far as this question, I want to throw to you guys: your best golf accomplishment or slash experience. You can answer both or whatever you want to do. Um,
I got a
so
list.
yeah, so Andy, we'll start with you. What would you say be your best golf accomplishment or experience?
You really want me to go first?
Yeah, just I wanted to get it out of the way.
And you of all people want to ask me this question?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just going. I got one word for you, Orlando.
That's your best accomplishment. That's the best you have.
That's the best experience, man.
I got
Like
you. You and
the
I are
way
undefeated as a duo.
It don't matter to him.
that's. But the way you guys y'all cheated us.
We didn't
You
cheat.
can't.
We did.
Cheated us and still got beat.
Okay, that was your best experience. What was your best accomplishment as a golfer? I know it's not Orlando too.
That's a good question.
Mm.
See, I'm trying not to go individual status here. I'm trying to keep it within in the realm of the group. So
You have
I'm
had,
thinking.
I'll say this,
No, go individual. You can
you've
go
had
individual.
some some true Eagles. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
but that was
that's
Eagle
during
one, Eagle one coming in.
that's really
uh,
rare.
that was during some scrambles. We ended up taking my shot the whole way down, and
Yeah.
Eagle. That was won a couple long drives.
You've never done it playing your own ball?
Yeah,
I
he
thought
has. He has.
you've
He
done it
got
at
his own Eagle.
Cara.
He did it at Summerbrook too. That one time we were down there, he did it at
Yeah.
Summerbrook.
That's what I meant. Like we were playing scramble, but we ended up using my shot all the way down, and I just carried it. That hole is what I'm
Don't
saying.
make it seem like that's a common occurrence because it's not.
It's a common chance. I just can't putt. You know that. That's terrible. But
um, uh, Blake, best golf accomplishment or experience?
Experience, I would have to say, probably, and Burks is in the same boat. Probably playing TPC Sawgrass. I played it a couple years ago, back when it was only $500 a round to play. Now
Yeah,
it's $1,200 a round.
that's crazy.
I can't even remember what I shot. It was 3 digits, might have been 4 digits. I don't know. It was a lot, but it was pretty sweet. We played in December and it was still pristine. I mean, it was sweet. And I've had a couple Eagles here and there, and it's about 99.5% luck that it happened, but I still got them. So that would be my two things.
Okay, all right. Burke, do you think Sawgrass was your favorite experience too?
It was up there, and me knew that I did not pay full price. It's all about knowing people. So I've been lucky enough
Oh
to
yeah, me too, brother.
play some courses out there. I played Kiel twice. I used to live in South Carolina, so that's how I know all these South Carolina courses. But played Kiowa, played Hilton Head, Sea Pines. I played Sawgrass. Um, but those are some great experiences. But me and my dad, we chased those experiences. We actually went to Ryder Cup Thursday, first tee off. There is nothing like a Ryder Cup. We went to 2016 Hazeltine. So we woke up 3 a.m., got out there first tee box, and just the crowd is wild. We thought we're going to be the first in line. No, I mean there was 15,000 people right there on this number one tee.
That's crazy.
It was nothing like it. That's an experience there. Just personal experience that always goes back. I think anybody else play high school golf? No. Okay,
It's
so
all playing baseball.
freshman year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
there
dated
we go.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those, I hear this is true. This is true. Working on the golf game, man. That's more important. Come on.
looking back,
Region competition
I wish I
freshman
would
year.
have.
Yeah, freshman year, and any guy that was on the team there, Zach Conley, shout out. But we freshman year, went to a 6-hole playoff to win region that year to go to state. Now state we compete all the private schools, so they pretty much hand it to us. But we only needed one to win. It took us 6, and they take top 6 scores. So if the total score, the next person up's got to make a par or it's got to tie or something. But they were talking about bringing in headlights to the car. We're going to finish this today, and they don't
Dang.
tell you what the people in front of you shot. So there was a par 5. I put it in the sand, get up and down for par, and all of a sudden teams start going crazy, and I felt like a hero in that moment. So that was for sure most personal, best experience for me is to bring out a win, and we'll never forget that. So
Heck yeah.
yeah,
Heck
it was
yeah.
fun. But we love watching my dad with the double eagle was playing with him. I actually hit a double eagle. It
Mm.
was 7-iron, driver 7-iron, swooshed it.
Dang.
So
That's
it
awesome.
was the best shot I've ever seen. So
It's called a condor.
that's right.
Okay.
I'll tell him that. He's hearing you right now. So yeah.
All right. Brian, I don't know how many accomplishments in golf do you really have, but do you have any or?
Oh yeah, and
I got several.
Jacksonville.
I got several that you're on the wrong side of.
Okay. All right.
No, I just listen to y'all. I mean, I don't have like any crazy low rounds or anything. I have 2 true eagles. The first eagle I ever had was on 17 at Cairo, and it was the sorriest eagle you could ever imagine because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I was in the trees to the right. I punched through the trees, just an absolute lucky shot, and I was like probably 115, 120 out, and it went in.
Mm.
And so
Still counts
that
as
was my
three.
first true eagle. I honestly, dude, like hearing Andy talk or hearing him say Olan, it brought me back to those last 2 shots on 18. Like, I don't know that I've ever been higher on a golf course. Like, I have some pretty low points, and those are way more common than the high points. But throwing in that A wedge and then knocking down that putt and just crushing y'all's dreams, man, I can't think of a better accomplishment. I mean, just I I don't know, Andy. It was a thing of beauty. I wish we got the first year filmed, but we didn't get the second year. That would have been that would have been fun to
I
be able
mean,
to
deep
go back
down,
and to relive it.
I mean,
Because that
deep
was 2
down,
years in a row. Two
I was
years in
happy
a
for
row,
you.
I had to bury the putt on 18.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the first year was further. I mean, deep down I was happy for you. It was heartbreaking to like the first year and second year were different feelings. Like the first year it was like you had to bury the putt to tie and it was a long putt. And it just kind of had the feeling of like he's going to bury this. I even looked at Matt. I did it both years, but the second year was way more audible. And that second, so we tied the first year, and then that second year, we're sitting greenside. We're just off the green. Had to basically get up and down for par because it ends on a par 5. And y'all were however far you were out. And we were already on the green watching you hit. And I think Andy went first. And I think he went a little long of the flag. And I looked at Matt and I was like, you know what he's going to do, right? And he was like, 100%. And sure enough, as soon as you hit it, I mean, it just had all the makings of a beautiful shot. And you landed like inside 10 feet. And then as you guys were driving up, we were talking about how we were going to play our shot. And I was like, we have to make this right here. I said, he's burying that putt. And Andy, you went first on the putt and missed. And then I was like, well, maybe there is a chance. And then boom, gone. And I was like, oh, that is brutal. But the team stuff is cool. For me, I would definitely say my best like golf accomplishment was last year shooting the 77 at Crooked Oak. That was cool. And it really puts into perspective how hard it is to do something like that. Um, because it is. I mean, that was like I remember being so like physically and mentally drained after that because you were like thinking about every single shot. And the 77 was a bogey double bogey finish. So like because I was nervous those last 2 holes,
Yeah.
but definitely the best golf experiences are I don't know. Definitely the team stuff. But if I had to go like individual, well, I mean, we were well, three of us were there and Matt, but the trip to Macklemore was awesome. Just like I would say that whole experience, like the golf wasn't great. I mean, none of us played like crazy good golf, but just the whole experience and the fact we got to play it like 2 days in a row. Burke, I know you've played it, so you kind of know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. Like that
They're
whole
like the week before us.
yeah, the
yeah,
whole
I did.
aura,
I went
the
and
whole
scouted
aura of
out
that place is
for y'all.
amazing. Yeah.
It's
And then I just
unbelievable.
remember we were sitting there that one night, and I think we were waiting on our reservation for dinner, and we're just standing outside of the pro shop, and all of a sudden, this bagpiper just starts playing on the practice green, and we're like, "What is happening?" So, and I was like, "Is this an every night thing or what?" But that whole ordeal was like a really really cool experience, just being up there, and I mean, that course is beautiful. I don't know
Oh yeah.
how much different I would play that course ever again, but it was
I would
wonderful.
definitely want to play it with people. I was a single, and this was Memorial Day weekend. It took 6.5 hours. I was waiting 10 minutes every
Ooh,
shot, so
wow.
Oh
I would definitely want to go back with y'all or whoever.
yeah,
So
we took about 30 minutes a hole because that's how bad we were playing. But I mean, it was still a great experience. It was
If I
still a
remember
well,
great.
it was beautiful. At
correctly,
least I had great stuff to look at while I was sitting there waiting to hit. So
you get up there on number one, and it's just this incredible tee shot. I mean, you're basically hitting off a cliff, and man, I'm so pumped about it. I'm pretty sure I made a 10 on the first hole. Pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah. I just remember like we practice on the practice greens and we're like, man, these things are rolling fast. And that first hole has kind of like a false front, but no one tells you that just on the backside of that green, it falls off the face of the earth. Like it's just
no,
precipice down a mountain. And one of us, I don't remember who, it might have been me, chipped up and we were like, oh, that'll check. And we're just rolling. We're like, oh, it should just be on the back of the green. I go walking up there, ball's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's just the edge of a cliff. So there was one par three. The first day, I think I hit a 5 iron, and then the next day I hit an 8 iron because the wind did a complete 180. And the one day we were hitting against the wind, the next day we were hitting with the wind, and it was wild. But it's a crazy cool course. I would recommend anybody go play McElroy, and they got
I
the new
can't tell
course
you
now.
what I shot because y'all won't believe me anyways because I was playing by myself. So
No,
who
no,
knows what ball I was playing at the time. So
That's right.
that's right. At least you're
out there
honest.
learning.
That's right. At least you're honest. Speaking of golf, speaking of accomplishments and experiences, now that we've reminisced on your best golf accomplishment or experience, now we'll switch. What do you want to accomplish or experience next on the golf course for you? Whether it's going somewhere, doing something. I think for me, the obvious answer would be get back to breaking 80 again. I would love to do it. Hopefully, that won't be the only time that I ever break 80 because that would be terrible. But I would love to break 80 again very, very soon. I think all of us, I think I can speak for all of us, all of us are definitely capable of breaking 80. It's just whether you can piece the round together and get
Yeah.
every part of your game, working solidly. So, like, and I know when I broke 80 last year, like it got to a point where even Brian mentioned it afterwards. Like I think you were riding with Chad, and like him and Chad were just talking about that the whole time. And like Chad wanted to say something to me, and Brian was like, "Don't talk to him. Let him finish the round. Let him." And like at that point, you're kind of silently cheering that person on, and that's what I'm waiting for one of y'all to like. We're all playing there together because that day there was 8 of us there. And so if we
Mm.
can get a group of us in the summer, one person is on the verge of breaking 80. That was a cool experience for me at least, was to feel that like, man, everybody was like cheering me on, wanting me to do it. And I would do the same thing for y'all, but I would love to break 80 again. And I would love to get some type of revenge in my home state of Florida. But I am, well, hold on. So my record now in Florida is
And
that
everything.
one's easy. Oh, 2-1. Oh, 2-1. So,
You
um,
own
I just no.
Straight up.
Florida has not been good to me, and so I just, I don't know. So I would love to win in Florida. That's what I want to do the most. Brian, what do you want to accomplish or experience next on the course for yourself?
I'm going to sound so greedy saying this, but man, I want to make a hole in one, dude. I want a hole in one so bad.
That's a good answer.
It's like you see people that make them, and like I understand. I mean, for the average golfer to make a hole in one, I mean, it's luck. Like none of us with a straight
No.
face can stand up there and
No.
say, "Oh, I'm going to hit it here and spin it back to the hole." Like professionals, there are certain holes that if their calculations are just right and they put it where they want to, they know that it's got a good chance of going in. I don't.
Yeah.
Like I'm hitting to a number. I'm trying to pick the right club, trying to figure out the win, and I'm hitting it at the pin. But you see people get them, and sometimes people get multiple holes in one. And I mean, I've
Yeah.
played a lot of golf, and to be honest with you, I can think of maybe 2 or 3 times that I've been like inside 2 feet, right? I mean, I remember one on number 14 at Cairo. The whole time it was one of those shots you hit it and it's just at the pin. I mean, it looks like it just has a magnet to the pin. And when it hit, like it disappeared. And I thought in my mind, I was like, I might have made that. So I go down and it was right behind the flag. But I think, Andy, I think I sent, you might not remember this, but I'm pretty sure because I was playing by myself. This has been years ago and I knew nobody was going to believe me. And that's probably when it'll happen is like when you're by yourself.
Oh,
But I remember video and driving down there, and I like showed that the divot was in the front of the hole, like maybe that far, and then the ball was directly behind it. Like how it didn't hit the flag, like none of it made sense. Like the dimple or the ball mark was right even with the in front of the pin, and then the ball was directly behind it. Like I don't know how it happened, but anyway, at some point, man, I just want one to fall. I mean, I think that would be really cool and none of us had, Bert, have you got any holes in one?
No.
So, and Blake,
I
you don't
wish.
have any, do
yeah.
you?
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So none of it. I mean, you think as
You didn't ask me or Andy?
I know y'all
Yeah,
don't.
you ain't gonna ask good.
I know y'all don't.
RDM up in here, man.
I
Talk
know
about
y'all
RDM.
don't. Y'all ain't even. Y'all probably the furthest away from getting a hole in one.
I've come close twice, but it was strictly luck. Yeah.
Hey, I've made a lot of hole in ones on the last week's pin placement. Like
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
here's the old one.
The
Here's
Dev
the
Cup.
new one. I
Sitting
landed
right
on this one.
I don't even remember the last time I chipped in, so that tells you that. So,
here.
Hey, I got some chip ins now. I got
yes,
some
you
chip
do.
ins.
Yeah.
I witnessed a couple.
But anyway, that's what I
yeah.
want. I want a hole in one.
Okay. All right. Blake, what you want?
I just want to get better all around. I mean, there'll be days where my drives are just stupendous, and I can't hit iron, or I'm hooking everything left. I can hit my irons, but I can't put. I want to put every phase together, and I'm not talking about shooting 72 or anything, but if I can get mid 80s, low 80s, I'll be happy. Because
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now I'm like 92, and we played a while back, and from the front nine to the back nine, I had a 10 shot difference. I mean, 10 strokes. That's huge. And if I could put
Mhm.
both of those back nines together, it just seems like it just ain't happening. So
Mhm.
Yeah. But you think about it, we take it for granted so many times. Like we shoot a 92 or a 93 and we're like, Dad gummit, man, like that's terrible. Because we
but
know
the
we can play better.
percentage of people who
Yeah,
shoot
I know.
under
We're
100,
still in we're
it's like
still in the
26%. It's
yeah.
crazy.
But I know all of us have shot in the 80s. I know Burke has had a couple 70s rounds. I've got one, and I think the three of y'all have gotten a couple. And so and that is hard to do. But
Yeah.
I think even if you're 80 to 85, the small percentage of people that you're in, I think sometimes we take that for granted. But
I think it's like
before I ask
3% of the people
Yo, yeah,
shoot below 80.
easily less than 10%. Before we ask Andy and Burke, you mentioned driving the ball better. I have one witness in this room that watched me drive a ball, the furthest I've ever driven a ball, on Friday. If Brian wants to allude to that, let me just set the stage for you. Brian, my man, mashed a drive. I drove first, and we
Is
just
this
thought like
Kinderly?
normal in the fairway, huh? No, this is a
Is this
Cairo.
Kinderly?
No, it's
Cairo.
Cairo. Let me set the stage. Cairo, hole number 8, par 5, goes downhill. Um, I hit my drive right down the middle. It was normal, like nothing. We didn't think anything of it. Brian gets up, absolutely tattoos this golf ball, like hits it so far. I was like, wow, that was like impressive. We get to his ball, and we're looking. He's kind of off to the left, but in the fairway, we don't see mine. I'm like, what is happening? And we like marked it back, and he hit his like 303, 305, something like that, like good, very good drive. And he had like 175, 180 yards to the pin or whatever. He hits. We go a little bit further back up towards the middle. We finally see my ball on almost on the downslope. We marked it back off 330 yards. I had a pitching wedge into the green on a par 5.
You had about 100
He
yards of
did.
rollout. You rolled out like
I told him. Well, it was downwind. It was downwind, but
Not hurricane winds. Not hurricane winds.
everywhere.
this. I mean, let's be real. I mean, his average drive's 240, 250. I mean,
Carry probably.
No.
it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I
carry
mean-
250. Yeah.
Carry
Dude,
250.
you don't hit the ball as far. None of us hit the ball as far as we think we do. Even when
Nobody
Andy
hit
matched
that
it, we're like, oh, that's a 350. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. You probably hit it. 300 is a lot. Like even when because I used the GPS at Cairo and I hit back to the box that we teed off from, and even mine was like way down there, and I was thinking, two whatever upper twos, but it was right at 300. I was like, dang, that was a good drive. But then he was 331 yards, and I'm looking back, I'm like, how many sprinkler heads can one ball hit to keep advancing forward? I mean, there's no way. But because his drive didn't look different. I mean, it was somewhat dry out there, and I mean, you must have had just a ton of spin. I mean, you hit it good, but that thing ran, son.
Yeah, normal low
words.
ball flight.
Just
But with the funny,
2 words. Cart path.
the funny part about
There ain't
that
no
whole
cart
story,
path on that hole.
The funny
It
part
ain't
about
nothing
the
but
whole
rocks.
story is it ended in typical Brandon fashion. I bring out the pitching wedge, I throw it right in the green side bunker. I blast out of the bunker, and I 2-putt for par. So like
Yep.
it was all for nothing.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. But Burke, what do you want to accomplish on the course this year, or at least experience on the course?
All right. So I've been playing a very long time, my whole life, and I feel like I've accomplished nothing for it. You would think more practice, the better at it you get. I'm still shooting the same things I was in high school. Like I'm not getting any better. I might be
Good story,
hitting it
guys.
further, but that's it. You know what I mean? Like, and it really makes me
done.
angry that the dudes that only been playing for 4 or 5 years now are already at where I am in my golf career, and I practice all the time. And
He's referring to us. He's mad because we're peak athletes, and he's just
correct,
mute.
this is right
That's
here,
right.
just coasting on y'all's coattails. What can I say? So,
Should have played baseball.
I
I
guess
did,
so.
I did, but yeah, golf was first love, so I didn't concentrate on baseball. But
Or you just got to play more. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're.
no,
I know
I
you
practice,
swing.
practice.
I know you practice a lot, but you gotta get out there and just get in the trenches. And I think you're going to see your scores just
I'm
crawl
ready.
down.
I'm ready. Anything, I'm all for lessons. I'll do what it takes to, because like I said, like I have my miracles. I can go par, birdie, and then double, triple. So
Yeah.
it's just, it's a consistent thing. I know it is.
The
I just
joy
got
of
to stay
golf.
consistent. Shoot, talking about your time, you shot 78, what was it, 77?
77, yeah.
Oh yeah, you could have shot a lot better. I
Yeah.
was even going into 12, and I blew up, and I ended up. I don't remember what it was. Already took that out of my brain.
You
But,
played good that day too,
Yeah.
because you finished like 80, 81 or
oh,
something like that.
I
Like,
was legit even after 12, and
Yeah.
and just
Then
blew
he
apart
said something
one hole.
about it. He said it. He said something about it on 12 or
It's-
after 12.
I was
Oh,
like,
you can do
Andy,
12.
I was like, Andy, was what am I doing right now? And then the next tee shot.
that's why I didn't say anything to anybody, because you know how funny that would have been though. I come in all hyped up shooting a 77. You go, yeah, I shot 71. Nothing light. Nothing crazy. So that would have been.
Oh, I'm looking to get there though. Like I'm ready. I've been playing too long. I got to get better.
Oh,
So,
100%.
scores
100%.
scores has got to look better at least.
100%.
I'm tired of shooting the same scores. So.
Andy, what do you want to accomplish or experience next on the course for you? If you want to learn how to shoot a 330-yard drive, I could show you.
I'll meet you out there right now in the dark. Let's go.
Andy, I'll be honest with you, I ain't never seen you down there that far on number 8.
Man, you crazy.
I'm telling you, I'm just telling you. I don't know.
He caught the hill. Come on, yeah, like he was
Who
flew
did?
at 330. He did. It rolled. Yeah, like he flew at 330.
Well, I know, but I'm saying Andy's hit some monster drives on 8. I've never seen anybody that far down there. I haven't.
That's because you had them glasses on. You can't see.
You act like I flew at 230 and it rolled 100 yards. It didn't.
It probably did.
It could have. It could have.
It hasn't rained in a while.
Probably
But
did.
that was the first thing Brian said. He looked back and he got to our ball and he looked back. He goes, "How many sprinkler heads are in the middle of this fairway?" And I said, "Dude,
Oh,
don't."
God.
Yeah, he was like, "What?" Oh,
Well,
sorry.
What
Sorry,
club did you hit into it? What iron did you hit into the green? Or the
Pitch
bunker?
and wedge. Pitch and wedge.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, what was it, 131?
138. 138.
138. He was 3. Dude, I'm telling you, I put the marker right on the GPS. I put it right back on the tee box. It was
Oh,
331.
you got to step that off. Yeah, you have to step that one off. Like, oh, we need to look at this.
It was insane.
Anyways, sorry, Andy.
I don't believe. I mean, I believe what Brandon did. I don't believe Brian's numbers. We had a conversation today about outfield fences, and there's no possible way that his GPS location.
I am on Google Maps. This man's on the
No.
phone with me trying to tell me how deep these fences are. So I pull it up on Google Maps. And I'm sitting here marking it off from home plate, and I'm telling him the distance. And he's like, "No, man, I'm telling you, that sign said 363. I said, "I don't care what the sign said, Andy." I said, "I'm telling you right now, I'm looking on Google Maps, and it's 390. So regardless of what the sign said, it's still 390.
Anyway, all right. So back to the question at hand. Before I send Brian into Brian's bothered for some unknown reason about who knows what. I think I broke 80 twice, and I think I just really like to be more consistent all the way around. I mean, obviously we know I can hit a ball off the tee box all day, every day almost, and some days I can get down there and score good. Some days I can't get there at all. So I'd really just rather be consistent all the way through, and not even. I mean, I think we put a lot of pressure on it, trying to shoot a good score, trying to force the issue instead of just playing casual. You know, needs to be some casual rounds in there.
We play better that way.
That's my problem. I'm too casual. That's all I play is casual.
There he is. But no, just more consistent all the way around. That's what I'd be at.
Andy, thinking about the rounds where you did break 80, though, why do you think you stopped after 9 holes?
Hey, you know the crazy thing though? The crazy thing about those rounds when I did that, it was pretty much driver, chip on the green, put in the hole. Driver, chip on the green, put in the hole. It was like one of those days. Yeah, like no, I was hitting the ball off the tee box on those par fours all the way down beside the green. I was just hitting a flop. I hit a flop shot straight up there. It'd be this far away from the hole, and just tap it in. I was like, oh, why can't I do this all the time?
Golf is easy when you look at it.
You shot a 78 or 79 with the ball that close to the hole. Good
he missed
Lord.
some putts. He missed some putts.
You need to learn how to putt, man.
I think we're all going to get there. I think the consistency is there for everybody. Like, I think the more we play, I know we only play once a week, but I think what we need to do is we need to set some times where we're, if we are playing on our Wednesdays, but set some times in the evening to go out there on the driving range and just put in the work, put in the time. And then come the summertime when Bert gets out there, what I've learned is playing with better people makes you better. And like when I first started playing with Brian and Andy, when I first started playing with Brian and Andy, they were way better than me. I still had a terrible slice, and so it kind of forced me to I was trying to mimic what they were doing, and
maybe that's what's wrong with me.
We've been trying to.
But I think the consistency is going to be there for all of us, and I think I know Tire Creek is getting some new the new range mats, and so it'll be a little bit better to be out there and not tearing up the turf and stuff. But
those mats will ruin your game.
I know they give you some false confidence, but
ruin your wrist too. Don't hit a wedge on it.
And your elbows, your wrist and your elbows.
Yeah, elbows. Golly.
Yeah, but we'll get there. All right. To round out this podcast, we got two brand new segments are coming at you. I know y'all love the Brian is Bothered, but we have 2 brand new segments that we're going to throw at you, and we'll hit these throughout the season this year. The first one is called Over and Under. This is something that AJ is throwing at us. It's overrated, underrated. He's going to throw us a couple things, and we are going to vote whether it is overrated, underrated. But Andy, all the while, has an answer of his own, and we're going to see if we agree with him, whether it's overrated or underrated. I think you're doing 4 tonight, throwing out
We'll do
4.
four.
4.
We'll do
All
four
right.
tonight.
We don't know what these are, so
We
this
don't
is,
know what. Yeah, we've never
Never
heard
heard it.
these, and we're going to vote whether they're overrated or underrated. And then Andy has his own answer, and we'll see if how we compare, contrast to them. So Andy, take it away, over and under.
All right, here we go. Being as Easter just passed by, we're going to stick to the food, kind of like the food holidays. You know, you eat a lot on Easter and you hide eggs, whatever. Kind of like any holiday.
All right.
The first one I'm going to go with tonight is Mexican food.
Mexican.
Overrated or underrated?
Wait,
Bert?
is this Mexican food like here locally?
Just to say Mexican restaurant. Just
Oh.
your Mexican restaurant. You walk in the door. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. All right.
It doesn't have to be on Easter, right? Because that's just weird.
no, just Mexican food in general.
that's food.
Brian, go ahead.
I don't want to. I love our local Mexican restaurants. I got a couple in Thomasville, or one in Thomasville that I really like. A couple in Cairo, but overrated.
Okay. All right.
I think they're overrated. I just kind of all the same. I love you.
Yep.
I
Burke.
I love Mexican food.
Burke.
My turn.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's good. I think it's I guess my category would be underrated. I guess because it's cheap, it's easy, it's quick, and it satisfies the soul. Gets all
It
the
ain't
joints
cheap.
loosened up.
Cause hey boy, we ain't talking about Taco Bell, boy. That
Yeah,
no,
cheap.
no,
Okay, cheap.
My gringo style though, just beef and cheese only. So I don't
Okay.
get all the fancy stuff
Oh.
like y'all, like chicken cheese quesadilla. I don't do no chimichangas or whatever next step up from that. No, it's just soft shell taco with beef and cheese. That's all I want.
All
All,
right.
all I'm there for is chips and dip. So
So we
I'm
got an
I'm
overrated
easy
and
to
an
please.
underrated. Blake, where are you at?
Well, if you leave it up to my wife, she would definitely say underrated because we eat there every Friday over here in Thomasville.
Oh,
And there's one place here in town in Thomasville that's got they had the best steak out there, and we've tried every single one of them. But me, I'm gonna say overrated because there's only a couple things that I get from there, and it just seems like the cheese and queso is the same everywhere. And if you talk to a lot of Mexican people, they say that ain't Mexican food. There's
Yeah.
nowhere. It's not. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say overrated, and I might get in trouble for it, but I'm gonna say overrated.
Yeah.
We're all
My-
honest here.
My wife is gonna be mad at me as well, but I don't care. It's overrated. It is so overrated. I've had true, authentic Mexican food in
At
Mexico.
Chewy's?
From Mexico,
No, not at Chewy's. Not at Chewy's. In Mexico. It was good there, but I'm kind of like Brian. I mean, we frequent the restaurants here locally quite often because our wives love the Mexican restaurants. But I think it's overrated. I feel honestly, and I know people are going to be like, "You're so wrong," but at the end of the day, I don't care.
Going by myself. Look at
No,
that.
I just think that like no matter which restaurant I go to, they all taste the same to me.
they do.
Like they
Yes, they do,
nothing
but it hits
nothing
the spot.
tastes.
It does
And
the
I know,
job.
well, I know there's gonna be people in the comments who are like, I can't believe you would say that. Whatever, I don't care. But Andy, where are your thoughts on that? Are you overrated, underrated?
Well, sorry, Bert. You're sitting solo on this one, buddy.
Yeah.
Overrated.
1 point.
There is fireworks.
Way overrated. I agree
There's
with
always
comments from all three of you. They all do taste the same. They're pretty much all the same everywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've never had the authentic, I guess, but and people have told me, that's what you need to go and try. But there's a lot of things I don't eat. Like I don't like lettuce. I don't like raw tomatoes. I don't, I just no. So I'm out.
All right.
Y'all can have it. Kelly loves it. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah. Number 2.
All right, number 2. This one might catch some heat.
Oh,
For all of you out there, I'm sorry. Don't come at me. The loaded teas.
Whew.
Boba.
oh
The
no!
boba.
Oh
Bobas.
Well,
Loaded.
let me go
Oh.
first.
You ain't even got to ask us. Just
Yeah,
next.
no, I think we all know the answer to this one. But go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Could not be more overrated. It is like, and listen, man, I don't want to get into we got some great local businesses, and by all means go support them. Lord knows my family's going to continue to support them because I have 4 girls that live in my house and they drink them, and it's fine, but I do not get it. Like,
Nope.
this is my thing. When I'm drinking something, okay, it don't, like, you want it to taste good. Like, I don't. Here's the telltale sign for me.
No, we're gonna
You
get
go,
cooked.
you
We're
go
gonna
and
get cooked.
you go buy one. Now, I've had this cup of water throughout the podcast. It's gone. You know why? Because I enjoy the cup of water. Okay, but if I had this cup of water and it was still full at this point in the podcast, would that send the message that, boy, I'm enjoying this cup of water? So why do I continue to throw away gallons and gallons of these things? It's overrated. Now, again, I love small business. Keep supporting them. I'm gonna keep spending money there. My girls love them. Got no problem with them. But for me, man, I don't get it. It's overrated.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. But my wife and girls, they love them as well. And there's one right there on their way to school that they are going to continue to spend money at, and because I see the bill almost every day. But for me, yeah, personally, overrated. I have in fact never, in the existence of all these small businesses of these things that have opened up in our community, never have once bought one for myself. Um, just I haven't. So, Blake, are you there too?
No, no. I'm not. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm not spending $16 on flavored water. I'm not drinking some kind of coffee flavored energy drink with snot bubbles in the bottom of it. I'm not doing that. Now,
Those are
I'll take,
boba, Blake.
No, Charlie gets mad. I call it boo boo. Give me some of that boo boo. Give me some of that boo boo.
now, I take anything for free, but
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, completely overrated.
Burke, I feel like you're out on an island again. Are you going to say
He's
underrated?
back.
No. It is overrated. Okay,
Thank
I
you.
work with a bunch of women. Okay, and that's the thing now. Is you're a teacher, you're gonna get some incentives, and the first thing that people want, oh, I want the loaded teas. I want the loaded teas. I have not finished one. I've given it away to other people who wanted it. I've gotten gift cards. I give those away. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. The other teachers, like I say, they
Hey,
adore it. They want one. I know
those
people that
local
get one every
businesses,
game.
those local
More power to
businesses
them.
just trying to put the T in teacher, boy. That's
More
all
power
they're
to
trying to
them.
do.
That's right.
I got
They
my
got it.
Arnold Palmer again. Give me my Arnold Palmer. I'm happy. And
Yeah.
they tried to switch me on. Well, we have Arnold Palmer flavored loaded teas. I'm like, okay, cool.
You
But
don't.
it
You
yeah,
don't.
Boy,
It
if
ain't
they
the
had
it's
Stanley
loaded with
Cups too,
sugar.
ooh,
Yeah.
boy, Stanley Cups too.
That's all I taste is. It's like, this is supposed to be healthy. I don't know.
Mm.
I mean, neither is
Andy,
Arnold Palmer, but come on, but
Andy, I would imagine you agree. You were on the overrated
He
side.
loves it.
I don't get it. Like I've tried. I've never bought one for myself, but I've tried one of Kelly's or one of the kids or something, and I just like
Yeah. Say less. Say less. Yeah. Say less.
next.
Y'all
All
keep
right.
buying them though. Support them local
Yeah.
businesses.
Yes,
Keep
please
buying
support.
them.
no,
We're
no,
not
yes,
bashing.
yes,
Yeah, we're not bashing
100%.
by any means.
Now, you
Support
say
them.
This
for
is
me.
my personal.
Yep.
Yeah,
For the people who don't like
I'll,
it, there's triple hoodoo.
Triple hoodoo. Hey, make sure you ask like the Brian way. Tell me you want extra boo boo in the bottom of that thing.
Let me get some boo boo in the bottom.
All right, Andy, hit us with number 3.
number 3. I was gonna go Starbucks, but since we just kind of did the tea thing, we'll just go on. All right, this issue with this, but I want to know y'all's take on it. Breakfast for dinner, breakfast for supper at supper time. Do you do breakfast? Is breakfast a supper time food?
Okay, I will definitely go first. That is 100% underrated, bro. some pancakes, some eggs, some breakfast sausage at dinner time. Growing up, I thought that like when my mom would tell me and my brothers, "Hey, I'm just making breakfast for dinner," I thought that was just like a easy way out. Like, "Hey, I'm not trying to cook a grandioso meal. Like, here's breakfast for dinner," and shoot just eggs, bacon, sausage, all that. But like as I got older, like middle school, high school, especially in high school, like I looked forward to it. Like my brothers and I would like request it. We were like, "Can we have breakfast for dinner? Like waffles, pancakes, sausage, eggs. Oh, so good." I say underrated, but Blake, what do you think?
Oh, completely underrated. I could literally make a waffle every night for Stephanie Wisham, and she would eat it every single night.
Yes.
Bacon, the burnt, the better. She kind of likes hers chewy. Nah, but I eat it at breakfast, lunch, a snack. Put it in a baggie. I'm eating it at work. It don't matter to me. I'll do it. So completely underrated.
Yeah, absolutely. Burke, are you overrated or underrated?
Underrated for sure. All right, let me tell you why. All right, so I'm I get way if I have actual breakfast when you're supposed to have breakfast, I'm shot out for the rest of the day. Give me a nap, just weighed down, you feel terrible, you gotta use the bathroom and all this junk. So I prefer a big breakfast at dinner. So you got time to relax, you got time to just lay around and just let it soak. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
Waffle House, Supreme, I'll
Oh
go all
yeah.
out. But normally for my breakfast it was like a bowl of cereal or a Z bar and I'm in the car, let's go, but so I don't have it for I just don't like big breakfasts. But if you ask for supper, I will do some pancakes, waffles, bacon, sausage,
100%.
scrambled eggs.
1,000%.
You got it, dog. Easy.
100%. Brian, I think
Next.
I think you look like you're teetering. Where are you on this?
No, there's no teetering. It is massively underrated.
Let's go.
Massively.
Let's go. Let's go.
That boy
Dude,
love that Blackstone, son.
this
Here, throw him out there on it, son.
dude, I'm telling you, I could make an argument that breakfast is it's not my favorite meal, right? And I rarely ever
Agree.
eat like a full breakfast with bacon and eggs and grits and toast and the whole thing every once in a while. And it's
Serve for dinner.
good. But man, for dinner, holy moly.
Yeah.
Man, and I love making it. Like when
Hmm.
Crystal's like, and we probably don't do it enough because it is a lot of cooking. It is quite a bit of prep work when you're trying to cook all those different things. So it kind of gets the kitchen messy. So it's not the easiest meal to just come home and cook. But when we plan for it, man, I cook up some French toast, boys. I'm telling you, it massively underrated. Like I could make an argument that it's better at supper than it is for
Yes.
breakfast.
That's what I was saying. Yes,
Yeah,
agree.
it's
Yeah.
even good cold at midnight. I mean, it's good. Yeah.
Hold up. Have we talked about cold syrup, hot syrup, room
Don't
temp
matter.
syrup?
It don't
Don't
matter.
Don't
matter.
matter.
I'm a cold
Yeah.
syrup.
Go in the
Cold
It's got to be
syrup all
cold
day.
though. It's got to be
Any type of
cold.
It's gotta be cold. Thank you,
Yeah.
Brandon.
It's got to be
Stuff in
cold.
the
Back on
refrigerator.
back
We
in
Doesn't
put
matter to
syrup
me.
in the refrigerator.
It don't
Most
matter to
people,
me.
it's got to
Me
go in the
It
neither.
says on the
fridge.
back of the bottle, keep refrigerated after opening.
Yeah.
But
It
syrup
can
doesn't
come
spoil,
out.
though.
It can come out
It doesn't
slow,
spoil.
fast. It's all good. It can get into eggs, the grits, the sausage, the bacon,
Mix
the
it all
biscuit.
up.
Okay.
It can get anywhere it wants to get. It
It's a
can be warm. It can be
multi-tool. It's a
cold.
multi-tool sauce. It's a multi-tool condiment for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
AJ, I would assume you are on the underrated side for the breakfast, right?
Underrated. I had grits and eggs and bacon tonight.
Oh,
There you go.
I actually thought about this before tonight, but let me tell y'all what y'all sleeping on. Y'all, Brandon. Oh wait, you may not be old enough to remember this. Shoney's. Y'all remember
Oh.
Shoney's?
Shoney's was good. I remember Shoney's.
The
Denny's.
sun's
Dude.
still there.
Red Robin.
Son.
Hey,
Man,
that Waffle House All-Star breakfast is hard to beat.
if they had never stopped charging $50 a head, they'd still be around. I mean, it is just that is
One's still in Dothan though.
it's incredible.
But that
Yeah.
Bears NIL deal was whoo, son.
Andy,
He got paid.
did you have another
got
one,
paid.
or was that it?
We'll go one more.
One more. Okay, one more.
One more. I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this one,
No,
but
boy.
I said that a while ago. But all right, raw oysters.
Massively, and then my wife gags at just hearing the words raw oysters. But I'm a huge seafood guy. Raw oysters are massively underrated. Boy, you get you a little saltine cracker, get you a little bit of sauce on there. I
Crystals.
gobble it up. What? It's like a big loogie on a cracker. It's great. It's fantastic. Raw oysters, underrated, super good, the best time ever. Brian, what's your thoughts?
Way overrated. Way overrated. Listen,
Stop
so
it.
this is one of those foods that, and Crystal, I mean, she is going to absolutely take me to task for saying this, but like, she loves sushi.
Mhm.
And she knows this. I can enjoy sushi from time to time. She could eat sushi every week. I couldn't. Like it's one of those things. Give it to me once every 2-3 months. We'll go out. Have a nice dinner. That's fine. But oysters is another one of those things. Like if we're at the beach or something for an appetizer, she's like, "Oh, let's get the oysters." And of course, now she's getting the ones that are like the Rockefeller that's got 12,000 toppings on top of it. But my thing is exactly what you said, Brandon. Like, if it's not that I hate them, it's not that I don't enjoy them. I mean, yeah, throw some salt and pepper, hot sauce, whatever, and eat it. But it's like, to me? It's like eating crab legs. Like, why?
Those are good too.
No, like it's too much work. Too much work for that little bit of nothing,
Frank
man.
in line, and thank you.
It's nothing. Like, I don't understand. Like, is there that much enjoyment in eating an oyster? Like, is it
A
really
raw
that
oyster,
good?
they come on the half shell. You just
I,
scoop the sludge out onto the cracker
but then
and
you
then
got a
eat
cracker and you got a hot sauce and you got a salt and you got a pepper. And by that time, the oyster probably done fell on your hand that you hadn't washed. And then you got to get it back up on the cracker. Figure out what's good. You send it towards your mouth and it slides off, and then you got to pick it up off the table that
You
ain't
got
been
to
cleaned.
slurp it.
It,
No, you were
It's always awkward to do.
it's overrated, man. Like I don't get it. Like it ain't that good. Like it's not the end of the world, but it ain't that good. And expensive. I mean,
They are.
$20 for an appetizer, and you're gonna bring me out
6.
a dozen boogers? No thanks.
Jesse and I had been dating for maybe a month or two, and I wanted to see if she wanted to go to my parents' timeshare in Sanibel Island, Florida. And she was like, "Yeah, let's go." And so one of our traditions we always do is like there's an oyster bar there in Sanibel Island. And we'd go and like they have a bunch of TVs and stuff. So we're either watching it's summertime, so you're either watching baseball or whatever. And so not thinking or anything, me and my brothers and my dad and my grandfather were just sitting there and eating raw oysters. And I looked over and Jesse's face was probably 3 shades of green, and she's just looking at me, and I looked at my next brother down, and I was like, I'm pretty sure she's breaking up with me as soon as we leave. Like she's watching me eat these raw oysters. But they are massively underrated though. They're so good. Burke, what are your thoughts on the
Wife
oysters?
loves them. Anytime you give her an opportunity to get some oysters, she's down. But I'm like Brian with this, very overrated.
What?
Overrated. Okay, I repeat, overrated. They're not bad. Okay, they're awkward to eat. I'll have 3 or 4, but if there's another choice, like on the menu, I'm going to order something else.
Amen.
I just don't understand it. I mean,
I
I
think they're
love
good.
people who do. I mean, yeah, go ahead. They are good. But
There are so many other good
Okay.
seafoods.
No, I know,
Correct.
but we're talking specifically raw oysters.
No,
Yeah, and if
I'm
you're
not
and
gonna
you're going
order.
to get raw oysters at a seafood restaurant, which means you're going to bypass a lot of better seafoods.
No, we're
For
just talking
$40.
specifically with the raw oysters.
Yeah.
No,
Every time Sadie tries to do it up just right, you'll like this one. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this one. Trying to do everything perfect so I can share her passion for oysters. But
I feel like there's some pride wrapped up in it, to be honest with you.
oh, for sure.
It's like,
It's
oh, I'm
status
cooler than
thing.
you. I eat raw oysters. It's kind of the way I feel about raw sushi. Like I've had raw sushi, but like I don't go around with my chest puffed out because I can eat raw sushi. Like it's not that good. Like
It's not.
honestly, a fresh cut of fish just laid out on a plate and you eat it. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, it's not that great.
Anyways,
Set your
Blake,
pride to the side.
Blake, are you underrated or overrated on the raw?
I
raw
like them.
oyster?
I think I'm just like rated because I'm kind of just teetering right there.
Yeah.
Now, 10, 15 years ago, I couldn't eat them at all. I was picky as all get out. Don't like them. Now I like them, like you said, with hot sauce and all that. But I'm like BG and Burke. I'm not ordering them because they're so expensive. They don't bring you any. It takes you 20 minutes to eat it. It doesn't fill you up. You might get some bacterial infection from it because they ain't cooked. And I don't feel like dying from an oyster. So,
Like I never know whether you're supposed to chew it. Like I know, like it's just awkward to
Right down the gullet, baby. Just let
texture.
it
That's what
slide,
I'm saying.
baby.
Like she said, no, you just gotta throw it back there. I'm like, no,
Just throw it back. Yeah, let it slide. So AJ, I'm assuming you're with the overrated crew. Yeah.
Attaboy.
Like I get it. I mean, I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it. Like,
yeah.
You hear all this. We gotta drive down to the coast to get us a best of oysters. I'm like, nah, I ain't going with you.
Publix got some. Let's go get
That
some.
sounds like an excuse. That sounds like an excuse to drive to the beach to me, honestly.
But, I'm with Brian. There's so many better options on the menu for appetizers. I just
Well,
Nah.
I don't know how we went from breakfast to dinner to raw oysters. That wasn't a good combination, but I do now crave some breakfast for dinner. That does sound really, really
we're
good.
learning.
So,
We're learning
yeah.
about each other out here.
But AJ, thank you, my man, for a little over and under. We'll have that back on the podcast here in the next couple episodes for sure.